I'm here today continuing my conversation with missionary Paul Nitz. Missionary Nitz, what are the main teaching strategies of dialogue education?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, on one side there are the principles, and the principles focus us on learning. On the other side are the practices. And in the practices area, I would divide it into two parts. One is about design. It gives you a really nice way to design a learning event. That's the terms they use for a lesson or whatever it is. So there are design steps they give you that in dialogue education materials that I've really appreciated. And then within a lesson, maybe the main strategy is the learning task. The learning task is setting an open question that small groups will discuss. And unlike, I think a lot of us groan when we think of discussion groups, like, okay, break out into groups.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the dissatisfaction with that is that there was no achievement-based objective within that task. It wasn't a task. It was go discuss. Whereas in dialogue education, you set a task that's very achievable. So break into groups of 3 and diagram the third commandment.
Oh.
Now that's achievable.
Mm-hmm.
Or break into groups of 2, reread this essay and highlight the 2 things you think are most important and put a question mark next to the 2 that you are most disagreeing with or don't understand. So that's just 2 examples. And this is the really time-consuming part of preparing a lesson, is finding that really good task, that task that will engage students. So then they talk about it in groups, you come back and you share it and you wrap it up as a teacher. So I might give content, teach the third commandment in any traditional way, then set tasks that they go out and talk about it, let's say diagram, and they come back and share it. It's an open question, there's no right answer, right? It can't be, oh, that's the right diagram. And now we've achieved something, and they've showed me that they've learned and understood by what they did. So the main strategy, practices, is the design, and then within a lesson, the learning task.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate your insight.